Hi everyone, this is a really quick PowerPoint presentation explaining a paper that Jen and I have recently published called A Conversation with Ourselves, reflecting on our professions, the systems we work in, and our roles within it. Essentially, the paper is out, it's accessible on my website, it's downloadable from the BPS Clinical Psychology website, but because we want to get the word out there, we produced a slide deck so that training groups, assistant groups can use it. It seemed sensible also just to create a quick video going through the slide deck. So, what is the paper about? What is this presentation about? Very simply, we have a selection of statements. These statements were first presented at the Community Psychology Festival, which was held in Newport a couple of years ago, got published in Clinical Psychology Forum a few months ago. And basically, these statements just draw together reflections for qualified psychologists, people who want to be qualified psychologists, who are working in health systems. And what it tries to do is it just pulls together some critical points, some discussive points, just to bring people together onto the same page to think about different issues. Really importantly, these statements might be a little tricky, they might be a little bit uncomfortable. What we're always trying to do with these statements is take a both and perspective. So it might say, "Oh, there's something difficult about this," but that doesn't mean we throw the baby out with the bathwater. We take a both and perspective. Contradictory ideas can hold value. It's also important to say that even though we put this list together, we don't think this list is final. Um, and we encourage people when they present the statements to each other to remix them, to change them, to disagree with them, to say what needs to be bettered, what needs to be different. The other important thing to say is that if you download the article itself, it contains an extended reference section. It goes statement by statement and it provides a bit more context and links to provide more information on each of these areas. So, what are the 8 statements? Very, very quickly, it is this. Number 1, the NHS can perpetuate inequality. Number 2, we draw power and security from this system. Number 3, limited or limiting questions. Number 4, the mental health diagnostic system lacks scientific validity and causes harm. Number 5, the difference that doesn't make a difference. Number 6, none of this is new. Number 7, working today. Number 8, daring to organise. So, those statements. Number 1, the NHS can perpetuate inequality. The NHS has always been unequal in terms of power. Respected Welshman Nye Bevin said that to get the medical consultants to sign up to a public health service, I had to stuff their mouths with gold. Even now, there are regular concerns about deference to authority, paternalism and hierarchy, bullying and harassment, and a fear of speaking out. Disrupting the status quo can cost you your safety and progression. Number 2, we draw power and security from this system. This same NHS system gives us qualifications and titles with high social value. These titles provide us with internal and external status. We also get a good salary and pension, a job for life, and a progression path. Number 3, limiting questioning. We are highly selected for generous training. The many hoops we have to jump through may also mean we are carefully selected to both conform and fawn. Whilst we use Socratic questioning in our direct work, it is often only permitted within safe limits when exploring our wider profession. While some difference is welcomed, deep questioning of ourselves and our role can be seen as threatening and risks shaking professional integrity. This can lead to a monoculture that makes it incredibly hard for people with difference to exist within it. Number 4, the mental health diagnostic system lacks scientific validity and causes harm. We know the dominant way of thinking about our mental health, and the DSM, ICD diagnostic systems have always been based on the subjective dominant moral values of the time. This continues to play out today. The WHO, World Health Organization, and the UN, United Nations, have both commented on the human rights abuses embedded into mental health legislation and model of care. This is even true in the UK. Number 5, the difference that doesn't make a difference. While we criticize the medical model, we still too often pursue individual approaches such as CBT, cognitive behavioral therapy, which positions wider socio-political and economic issues as individual faults, asking people to think their way out of societal problems. Through privileging reductionist, manualized approaches, e.g., NHS England IAPT, increasing access to psychological therapies, or TTAD, talking therapies, anxiety and depression, or via talking therapies in structures such as job centres, both us and the people we support can be subjected to moral harm. 6. None of this is new. Back as far as 1950, Ramey described therapy as an unidentified technique applied to unspecified problems with unpredictable outcomes, for which long and rigorous training is required. What are we actually experts in? Are we emperors wearing new clothes? Number 7, working today. We witness the trauma of those we work with and the trauma of those working alongside us in chronically under-resourced, unsupported and toxic systems. We can feel loyal, guilty, insecure, proud, complicit, ashamed, overwhelmed and fraudulent all at the same time. It is easy to feel disillusioned. Owning this story is hard, but the alternative is it going unspoken and still silently directing us. Daring to organise. Change will not come from anywhere else but us. Some colleagues experienced the BPS so negatively they broke away from it, and many others feel it can be passive and risk-averse. How do we join together to create, share and live alternatives? More community-embedded, holistic and rights-based ways of working are available. There are seeds of this in many learning disability, older adult and children and young people services. What else would you highlight as positive pathways forward? Those statements again. The NHS can perpetuate inequality. We draw power and security from this system. Limiting questioning. That the mental health diagnostic system lacks scientific validity and causes harm. The difference that doesn't make a difference. None of this is new. Working today, daring to organise. And remember, if you check out the article itself, you don't just get access to the statements, you get access to an annotated reference list which provides more context on the statements and lots of places where you can hopefully easy access further reading on each of the statements. And of course, if you have any questions about any of this, feel free to get in touch with Jen or I so we can help move this conversation forward. Thank you for listening.